Which is the mic?
Do you have a second? Yeah.
Now he does. Let's go. We bullied him. The camera. This is the tightest camera angle in the world.
This is the tightest camera. I've never seen it.
I'll do a half head. I'm
half out too. Oh, we gotta. What's up?
We got crescent moon. Yeah, this is good.
This is good. All right.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
This is the trio.
This
We're
is
all green.
This is
unplanned.
Unplanned,
by the way. Unplanned.
This is
What's going on?
So, did you know that was a best of 5?
No.
Do you know where you are in the bracket?
No.
Do you know who you're playing next?
Public.
Yeah. All right. That's
All
actually
right.
correct.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to
3
say.
for
That is
3.
fantastic.
3 for 3. Yeah.
We gotta get
Yeah. What were you thinking during that match? Steve was young, dangerous in that matchup, and that was wild.
I saw him hit a clean ledge dash against the leg, and I was like, I think it's that vicious slap.
Isn't this what you guys wanted to see?
That vicious slap. Oh, he's trying to split.
Isn't this what you want to see?
It's upstream. I guess you guys enjoyed the doubles.
Welcome to Fourside Fights, featuring Slime, Bonfire 10,
So, Walt, how did you feel about the Seagulls on
Spark.
the field yesterday?
and the Crimson Blur.
Citizens of Fourside, I'm Jackzilla, and I know, number 1, Toph's commentary at Battle of BC is proof that being high has nothing to do with weed. Number 2, with the Lost Tech City and CEO 2022 videos set to private, I can now claim to have commentated grand finals at both events. Number 3, the LCS Players Association walkout is not the first walkout in esports history. That's the Melee walkout on the Panda Cup finals. And number 4, now that SDJ has defeated Axe, it's time for Axe to start Pikachu versus Puff. Let's go to each side. Should the Axe Fox evolve into a Puff counterpick, not just a Hungrybox counterpick? The Crimson Blur, what do you think?
I don't see why not. I mean, if you're going Fox in the matchup, I mean, he says he has a better game plan than anyone. I actually give a story. The last summit I was at.
All right, Bonfire, what do you think?
Yeah, that matchup seems miserable for Pikachu. It sucks.
Spark.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack. The vibes are off with Pikachu Puff. And we in Arizona have one of the greatest Jigglypuffs to ever grace the game in CPU 0. All he's gotta do is pull up and grind this matchup. That guy will play friendlies with him for like
Slime,
hours
what
on
do you think?
end.
Yeah, I do think that Puff is a problem for everyone, and Axe was just the first casualty. He was the first domino to fall. And it's important that we know that now.
Okay. Well, let's get started with our first... Oh, sorry, excuse me. Welcome to Fourside Fights. We've got 4 outstanding guests today who are going to act as pundits as I throw topic after topic at them. They'll give their takes. If they're entertaining or interesting, I'll give them points. If they're boring, repetitive, or patently unreasonable, I'll subtract points. And of course, I can mute any contestant at any time for any reason. The player with the most points at the end is our winner. They get to commentate the 3 losers as they take it to Fourside in a free-for-all so we can see exactly how their punditry translates to Melee. Let's get started with our first topic, our first order of business, recent results. Magi defeated Josh Man to win Combo Breaker. Cody Schwab cleaned up just about every tournament-winning threat in a loser's run at Battle of BC. Salt beat Axe and Lod for a low Tide City win. So after a string of wins online and offline, Cody called out the narrative that his ADHD prescription gives him an edge over the competition. And I'm just asking for a friend, which is the more effective performance enhancer? Controlled amphetamines that make me shit out my morning smoothie, or HRT-assisted gender euphoria? Let's start with Spark.
Well, I have ADHD, and I take medication for it. I've never taken it at in a tournament competing setting. Because I don't think it helps. I've done the Uncle Punch reaction test. That shit does not change. Y'all are actually just capping. It's just about becoming a normal human being. It helps you, do your laundry and shit. And if you take it every day in order to stay on top of things, then you might need to keep taking it even when you're competing, because otherwise you'll get like a headache or something. That's just how it is. I don't know if you wanted me to make a joke answer, but yeah,
No,
I can't speak. I can't speak to.
Points for
That was
it.
a great job.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
I can't speak for HRT, but
yeah, I've done better in Uncle Punch. Not with. I agree. It's no difference on or off for me. Bonfire, what do you think?
Well, I mean, maybe if you take the normal suggested amount, but what if you just take more? That's got to help you a bit, right? I haven't tried, so I think we should test that out, because I don't like the narrative that drugs are bad. I think they they're useful and fun, and that's good. For HRT, I think that like it helps you feel better, but then like people start harassing you and shit, and it's like, I don't know, that kind of cancels out. You don't get as much sleep. You have to wake up earlier to do makeup and shit. Otherwise, people call you slurs. So it's a trade-off.
To make it fair, we need to actually harass Cody more. That would be like
that helps.
Kind of solution here.
Yeah.
Blur, what do you think?
Back there was an era where everyone was taking Adderall. There was this guy who was going around tournaments, very industrious guy, and he was just his role in the community. No one knew who it was for a while. Was to just go around to every major and just sell drugs. That was like what he did. He made a ton of money for a while. We figured out who it was. We ended up banning him. But there was an era where literally I'd say like the vast majority of the top players actually used it. No one really talked about it. And before and after that era, the results didn't change. We have a control group. The results actually don't move at all when people use it or not. I don't think it actually makes much of a difference. I don't think for Melee it's particularly good or potent. You're seeing the best of the best, like Zayn, for example, not use it. Like I think for some games, like FPS games, it makes a huge difference. But I think Melee is just not one of those games.
And Slime, what do you think?
Here's the thing. No amount of Vyvanse is ever going to have Cody beating Mango. And Mango is also someone who is in the gulag right now. Self-imposed, some may say. But that's just the truth, and that's data and numbers, and you can't fight that.
Yeah, you can't beat the numbers, that's for sure. All right. That makes sense. All right, let's move on to our next topic. For years, my beloved Combo Breaker struggled to break into the Melee zeitgeist. It had popular talent, me, Fendrick Lamar. It was run smoothly by an experienced TO team, but it just didn't click. It feels like something changed this year with 255 Melee entrants, a jump of 158 over 2018. Is it possible for this growth to keep going? What does Melee at Combo Breaker need to do to become the new Melee at EVO? Anybody want to take it?
That just can't happen.
Yeah.
EVO is way different. That's a dumb question.
Okay, explain.
Because EVO is like, it's like saying like EVO is like the Super Bowl, but there's no competitor to the Super Bowl. It's just other games. Like Combo Breaker is great and more, I would say, more beloved by the community, the greater FGC community. But it's like it's just a false equivalence. So the answer, it's a bad.
So it can't happen until Combo Breaker becomes EVO.
Yeah, and Pokimane sells all of her assets and moves into space to advance to become Space Queen. And she leaves her earthly possessions behind, including EVO, and then it gets tanked, and then Combo Breaker's EVO now.
Okay. Spark, what do you think?
Yeah, this question's tough, because it's just like saying, how do we make a smaller tournament and turn it into like the tournament with the absolute most legacy? Like take like, you know, like your average like major or regional, and how do we make that Genesis? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't
maybe the better way to, if we'd want to unquibble it, this is about integrating with the FGC. Does Melee have a better future trying to tag back onto the FGC than it does on our own?
Does it have a better future? I think the more the merrier. I like to think that the stereotypes about FGC people like hating on Smash aren't really true. I think if we just bust it down, get to know each other, I'm sure we could, you know, have a nice little friendship going.
Bust it down with us.
Agreed.
Yeah, if we all bust it down, maybe we could make something cool.
Yeah.
Bonfire, what do you think?
Yeah, I have not been to either, but like the point is that like at Las Vegas you have
people. Yeah.
I mean, Las Vegas had, you know, gambling and shit. That was cool, but what it also had was best of 3 until like grand finals, which is insane.
Yeah.
And as someone else I think tweeted out at some point, they're like, I've seen more CRT setups at a local than at EVO. Again, I've never been there. It sounds pretty shit. So I think I'm happy to go to Combo Breaker next year.
It is true though that Schaumburg does have a cap in the amenities available, having grown up in the Chicagoland area and having a dislike of the northern Chicago folks. Blur, what do you think?
I mean, it's the same story as it's always been. It's not about you know, whether we can integrate with them. It's more about if they can integrate with us. Like all they have to do, and all they've had to do for a long time, is make us the exception. Make us say, hey, if you enter a Smash event, you can't enter any other FGC events. Smash has its own stage, its own space, has its own room, and we go.
What? You want them to prevent us from being able to go into other games?
Well, it's pro segregation.
I don't care
Wow.
about that. I think it makes the scheduling too difficult. When we have guys in like 6-7 games, it's not good for anybody. It's not good for
Well,
us.
having
especially.
a game cap is different from literally saying if you play Melee, you can't play like Street Fighter 6 or something like that.
Okay, make it a 2-game cap. That's fine.
Okay.
But the point is we want like a Sunday stage. Those events will never be as good for us if we have to end at 2 p.m. on a Saturday. Like we're not gonna go if it's gonna stay that way, and we're not gonna have like a secluded space. We have better products in the market that we'd rather go to. So until they fix that, it's not gonna happen. And truth be told, what Combo Breaker had for a while over Evo was that its quality was better, but now it's run by the same guy. Rick runs both events, so it's not going to be the better event for very long. It's going to be actually a little bit worse because Evo has more money behind it and has the same personnel. So ultimately, I think like it's really simple what they've had to do. I don't know why they don't like the free money because we'd bring in some people, but that's really all there is to it.
All right, that's that. Let's move on to our next topic. Okay, I am told by Sheik players and Sheik fans that Fox is just broken online, and Coinbox is often pointed to as the proof. At the past 4 Coinboxes, it's been the same Foxes making top 8. Cody, Hax, Zion, Aklo, and Zuppy. In fact, there have been, on average, as many Sheiks in online top 8s as LAN top 8s. That is 0 or 1. What are the Sheiks seeing that I'm not when I look at the results of these events?
I mean, I think that's a stupid thing to say because Fox is just broken everywhere. To say that it's online as like a specific thing is dumb. It's an 80-20 matchup, so that's why you're not seeing
80-20
Is
matchup
Fox
on LAN,
more
and
broken?
81-29 on or 19.
It's hard to tell. I mean, I guess because you can't reaction tech chase as well. There's buffer, but it's not like it's possible on LAN either. So,
Blair, what do you think?
I could be wildly wrong, but who's going to fact check me? But I saw a stat once that Meta Knight and Brawl had 31 of its top 100-ish players, and at one point Fox had 33 of ours. So like the main difference between Fox and Meta Knight is narrative and the fact that we kind of like him and he's kind of fun to play against. For some people, sometimes at times. Don't get too excited, Fox mates. So yeah, Fox is really good, and as long as we allow people to play on more and more broken controllers, he's probably going to get more and more dominant. And online, he's even worse. So hopefully it doesn't get too bad, and hopefully our game stays alive.
Bark or Slime?
Okay, I have a lot to say about this. So
Great, go for it.
I got second at 2 coin boxes ago. I got third at Coinbox yesterday. I've beaten a lot of Foxes. Please believe me when I tell you I'm playing entirely different than I play offline. I can't see anything. I'm mashing buttons and with my eyes closed because I know it's impossible to whiff punish anything. You can't do anything. When I tech chase, I have 7 band-aids because I know I'm not going to be able to hit it. It's actual dog shit. The reason I'm winning is because I've compromised all my morals and I just play like a monkey just to get the bag. That's all.
Dude, can you get more points for that? That was
Inspiring.
sick. I want to cry.
I mean,
I'm still mad at Spark for showing up late, but that was a compelling answer. However, it still sounds like you're winning. Like it sounds like if you could just like close your eyes and press the controller and win, that you've got the stronger character.
No, he's just that much better.
I'm actually way better.
Just that much better.
I think Spark does have that je ne sais quoi, and I also think that Foxes also have it pretty rough, you know. Like, look, we I should say
Spark dog shit Fox, with all due respect, Spark beat H-Box in the game.
No, tell us
Didn't
about
that just
Straight
happen?
Pride.
I beat H-Box with Fox. My
You
Fox
beat
is
H-Box
Fox.
with
I've
Fox!
never practiced Fox in my life. He's so fucking easy online.
What are you
nobody
talking
can
about?
see anything.
I think it's better. I don't want to talk about characters. I don't want to talk about frame data. I don't want to talk about all that dumb shit. I want to talk about what it's like to be in your room, in your goddamned boxers, which I have pants on, and like being within your own setup and your drinks and your chalky milk is there instead of being on stage and getting all stressed out. And I think that's the difference. And Spark doesn't realize that. I say this as an equal competitor.
Bro. There's no difference at all. Everything.
Really?
Dude,
That's the thing a sociopath says. There's no difference between people shouting at you in like.
Bro, I have the audio set up. I can't hear them anyway on CRT. I plug my headphones into the game audio, so it doesn't matter. It's the
So you
same
see it
shit.
it's pure objective difference from playing LAN Melee.
It's different. Like you can't see anything, and I just play like an asshole. I don't look at the screen at all when I'm playing online. But I
That's
will
so
say,
sick.
tech chasing, dude, it's ridiculous. I will say, obviously, tech chasing is harder online, but I currently am better at tech chasing online. And the reason why, this is going to sound really nerdy, when Wasapi's on, you hear the tech sound, and then your brain pushes Z a certain number of frames after that. And when I play offline, I can't tech chase anymore because I'm used to the sound on fucking...
Everything
Is it different sound?
is coming
No.
together to say Sheik is
The audio
better
delay is
off online.
slightly not equivalent.
Do you want me to explain further?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Bonfire the Sheik main says no. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear that.
You're all guessing. You and J-Mook are both guessing. You're just really good at it. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
All right. You've convinced me.
Pokemon Rock Paper Scissors Championships. It's been done. You could be a champion. All right, let's move on to our next topic at Coinbox 61. As the announcer shouted game and Hacks defeated HBox 3-1, Hungrybox said, and I quote, "Honestly, I'm very tempted to be a trendsetter for this and potentially do what I did for Ultimate Coinbox. It'll probably get me a lot of flack, but you know how badly I want to. You ask Mango, Zane, me, any of the top 6 players, they'll say, yeah, go for it. What is it that Hungrybox wants to go for, and should he go for it?"
He wants to ban the box in his tournament. It must be that, right? And should he go for it? Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do it.
Remember when Blur? Okay, remember when we were all? It wasn't we. I wasn't in the call, but it was that big TO call about what to do. What was it even about? It was about like banning wobbling, I think. Wasn't it? And everyone was like hemming and hawing for an hour, and Sheridan and all these guys, and Blur comes in and he's like, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. And everyone was pissed at him, but everyone was like, thank God, yes, someone, forward movement, we're doing it. And that was Blur's like best moment ranked as a human in this world. And I think that we need to take a page out of his book and just try shit out. Ban the fucking box. Ban Fox for a tournament. Who cares? I don't care. Just do it. Isn't that fun? Isn't that interesting? And then we get to see what it's like. It's like when Condorchiele ran the 7-minute timer, right?
Mm-hmm. Anybody disagree?
I think we should ban the box. I think all across the board, so I'm biased in this regard. I don't think trying shit is good. I don't think we should ban Fox for a tournament. But I
Let's
do
smoke
think
crack. Let's do it.
Wait,
I
why
do
not?
think the box
For
should
one
be banned.
tournament? You wouldn't want one tournament to try banning Fox once?
Nah, Fox is cool.
Nah.
Just for fun? It's
Ow.
one
Blur
tournament.
says no.
No, Fox is bullshit, but he's fun.
Yeah.
We need Fox. I'm aware.
It's
Right.
one tournament.
Bro, I'm not
Is
trying
that-
to play Sheik Peach and Sheik Puff for the entire bracket, you know? I need some
but
spice.
You need
in
somebody
my
to
life.
clean up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean up the trash.
I need someone to get mad at, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm biased because I think we should ban the box. I think the box is really easy. I played on it for 4 days, and I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but I played on it for 4 days, and I won my local over CPU 0, and I feel like this controller is way too easy. You can teleport on command. It's
Do
fucked
you
up.
usually beat CPU 0?
Yes, but like we go to game 5 a lot on controller. This was a 3-1, and I've been playing on this controller for 4 days. But whenever he drills me, instead of getting rested, I flap my hands like a T-Rex on the box, and I teleport somewhere. I don't know where I'm teleporting, but it's always good.
Did you beat him with Fox or Sheik?
Sheik.
Okay.
All right, who will stand up for the box players here? I'll give you extra points even if you're arguing something you don't believe.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Why did you
I only give a shit
The
about
box
the
should be
box
banned.
if you literally have hand problems, like Hacks.
Yeah.
I think Hacks using the box is like fine. You post your doctor's note, fine. But all these other like fucking jamokers who are like, yeah, I wanted an advantage. Get out of here.
Yeah, you got to send X-ray images of your
This
hands.
is like
and then
getting your
Yes.
security
Post
deposit
it.
back from your landlord by telling them that your cat is an emotional support animal.
Exactly. Yes. Emotional support boxes are not allowed.
You know, the thing is, though, it's just like medical marijuana. That's how it starts, and then it becomes legalized in every way.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's
You know it
that's
is.
the thing, and now everyone's just
I
toking it
love
up.
that.
Now we're rolling blunts inside of our box, so we like lift it up, and there's fucking all the materials.
If we ban it completely, though, it might not be like fair to people like Hacks, but like it would also like really bother Hacks' fans, and I think that's like a really good thing.
That
we
is
should
a
consider.
W. Yeah.
Yeah, and he might just have to take
so
one
not
for the
only
team
should we
there.
ban the box for competitive reasons, but out of spite.
I think doing
I-
most things out of spite is a
Yeah.
good thing. Sorry, Bonfire.
It'd also
please.
be really funny.
It's the same.
Like I think we'd have a few YouTube videos, a lot of content. We need a little juice. We need, some content here. I think there'd be like, why this controller? Why the community hates this controller? You can make a clickbait title out of that. I feel like at least if we try it, we at least make a little content out of it. And then if we go back,
I think we can have a
whatever.
Fictions Fun Rule tournament where you can just enter multiple times of different characters. That sounds fantastic. You can just
There's a
just
Theory
whatever
Fighter
we
video that's like why this character is banned, and it's about Evil Ryu in Street Fighter Alpha. And I clicked that based on I just want to click that. I never played Street Fighter Alpha in my life. I don't give a shit. But why is he banned? That's interesting.
Yeah,
we need to generate some shit going.
We need some forbidden fruit. Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next topic. This is actually our first ever topic based on an image. So, Foursiders, make sure you have the Discord open so you can see it. This image comes to us from Dark Atma. JD, if you could put up Foursiders. Is Spark unfairly maligned for grabbing with Sheik while Jmook gets away with it by sitting on every lap he can find?
That's a funny picture.
Am I allowed to say something about this?
I mean, yeah, you're a guest on the show.
Uh,
You're a Foursider, pundit.
okay. So I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I feel like Jake does cooler combos than me. I just poof a lot, and I think poofing is cool. He does cooler combos than me, objectively. But other than that, like in terms of neutral, what you do in neutral, aside from the cool little he walks in front of you and that's scary sometimes, we have pretty similar neutral games. And I think I am treated a little unfairly because I'm a little goober. I talk kind of loud, and I think honestly, I think it's the glasses. I'm kind of a dweeb. I'll be honest.
You think if Jmook wore glasses, people would like him less?
Yeah, that's at least a little bit less. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a really good point, and I think that also plays into Jmook's like what do you call it? His legacy, where it's like this guy got second at what tournament out of nowhere, and then he wins the next Genesis, and it was like this huge deal. But Spark didn't have that come up. Spark was the kind of guy who was like money matching you for pizza at a charity tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like Spark's got a rap sheet, and it's unfortunate because I think Spark is funnier than Jmook, and that's my measurement of coolness in the world. So
it's all branding, bro. Jmook has this persona of like the guy that meditates, that's like this perfect ideal person, chiseled jaw, and Spark goes and tells everyone he's untalented while he wins tournaments, right? Like it's about putting yourself up as some
unbecoming.
Well, it's just one is easier to attack because everyone feels like, well, he's saying it. I might as well be able to say it too. It's just branding. There's nothing else. And the worst part is neither is true. Spark is ludicrously talented. You know who's untalented? Me, goddammit, me. So
no, you're Slay the Spire God. Don't say that.
Eric tells me all the time, man.
I don't want to hear it.
Like,
I don't want to hear it, Spark.
Spire,
you're winning tournaments. Don't talk to us like that. Don't ever talk to us like that. The people. All right.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Blur, you've gone back to the I suck well quite a few times on this show, and it's starting to wear thin for me.
It gets me points.
Bonfire, what do you think?
I think it's just more punish game, and if Spark had Jmook's punish game, we'd think that he was cool. I really do think it's just that, and people maybe misattribute it to like whatever they see the first opening hit being, but Jake is.
Do you think people
insane.
think you're cooler than Spark?
Me?
As a Sheik, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Some people. I think they're wrong, but I don't know.
I think she gets less screen time. Like Spark will make it farther into a bracket than Bonfire.
Yeah, is it cool to lose? Is it cool to lose?
Because what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Spark on like a mainstream in years. I can't remember the last.
Oh wait, yeah, he just tweeted.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't understand what's happening. I flew to 3 majors. I got like 9th at all of them, and I was not on the mainstream a single time. I get it. You could just tell me you don't like me. I understand.
No. Oh, no.
But I just feel like a little bit like at least be honest with me. At least be like, Spark, look, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Screen versus mod is more interesting.
Show up to the streams on time? Did you like show up when your match
Bro,
was scheduled?
I was playing Zane. I showed up all the time. They never told me they wanted me on the screen. I was sitting there.
Wait, listen, Spark, really quick. I want to boost your ego a little bit. I picked up Josh Man from the airport last year when he was staying with me, and he just got back from like Emerald City or something. I think he played you in Grands, and all he did was complain about how you beat him and how, or maybe I actually don't remember if you beat him, but he was still complaining.
I won the tournament.
Okay, yeah, and he gets a frame 1. He gets into my car from the airport, from the tarmac, and he's just complaining about your Sheik specifically and how it's too hard. And I'm like,
Look, man, that's really nice of you to say. But I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm pretty good at the game. It's just that everyone hates me, and that's fine. But at least say it to my face. At least be honest. I get it, bro. I tried hard at a charity tournament 6 years ago. I'm still reaping the rewards of that.
That was a little grabby, wasn't it? A little sense.
I hated you 25 minutes ago. But it can't last. Yeah. It didn't last very long.
I'm sorry for being late. I was playing Zane. I was trying to raise money for the fresh cut
I
thing.
can't even. Don't even justify it. I'm liking you right now. You don't go back there. Don't go back to that place. All right, let's move on to our next topic. Mango's Battle of BC story is that he and S2J both didn't want to play top 8, so he went Marth to give a sense of fairness to the double throw. Is this cope? Is it real? And is Marth Marquez here to stay?
I'd like to say something.
Yeah.
So I was in his bracket path. I went to game 5 with S2J. I SD twice game 5. Very unfortunate, I know. But Mango told me that if I met him in bracket, he was going to go Falco. He's going to try his heart out. And I feel like in some circumstances, trying and then other circumstances not trying is a little bit disingenuous to like a tournament setting to see like who performs the best, but also who cares? It's a tournament. You do whatever you want. It's like,
was he already in losers when he said that?
Yeah, he lost to J-Mook 3-0.
That's so whack. That's so whack. Yeah. No, that's fucked.
That's my take on the matter.
Yeah. Blur, what do you think? Can you defend this?
I think I'm a hypocrite because the truth of the matter is, if other players did this, maybe I'd say, oh, that's technically match fixing. You would try against Spark, but you wouldn't try against your friends. But I'm someone who believes in privilege. And I think if you've done enough for the community, you should be able to get into whatever you want and do whatever you want. And Mango could literally defecate in the middle.
All right, get out of here.
Just cut him off, bro. Cut him off.
Put on Bonfire.
Yeah,
Bonfire, what do you got?
I am kind of the same mentality that, like, if you paid for it, you can do whatever you want with your tournament life. You can go with any character you want, and he was just trying to have fun. He didn't feel like playing much more. That's whatever. I think he could have done it a little sooner in winner's side, like against me, but whatever. It's okay.
Yeah, right. This is the HR meme, but Blur's the one I don't like, and you're the one I like. Slime, what do you think?
I think it's interesting because the question comes down to, is it, like Bonfire said, is it our God-given right, and when we enter the tournament, to do what we please with that experience? Right, like Mango, like he did his agenda. He went Mario or Doc, and he's like, I genuinely wanted just to have fun. And it's like, at a certain point, are we responsible for like playing super well if we're someone like Mango? It's like the answer is technically no, but I do think philosophically yes, you are responsible. However, I will say that I don't think playing Marth against Johnny is a throw. I think if he played like fucking Roy.
No, bro, he was trying to lose, and that's fine. He was trying to lose. It was
not
obvious.
According to him. He said he was.
And I always love it in Smash because we're so.
Like he was taking a 99-1 matchup and making it 50-50.
Our bar is so low in Smash just because of how we are and how our history is that we actually have to wring our hands about whether match fixing is bad or good. Like it's what 20
match
years
fixing is such a slur.
It's just
how
it's
dare
what it
you
is,
say
though.
that?
It's a guy not trying to win, and you know what? I get it.
Is it match fixing if you're an O2er?
I'm right there.
Blur, if you're an O2er, are you match fixing?
I literally talked to Mango 1-to-1 about this, and he said like he has beaten Johnny in the past, and he opened up to me about like, you know, God knows when you fucking get 7th or whatever, you get like $100. Nobody fucking cares. But like, and he hated the idea of like of being the reason Johnny doesn't make top 8 over and over and over again. But obviously he doesn't want to throw to Johnny, and he's told me that his Martha's beaten Johnny in the past, and so I can empathize with Mango in that regard. Where like, you know, I think if you go to a tournament, I feel like you kind of like you're not obligated to do anything for anybody, but it's because we cater so much to seeding, and we're like, oh, this guy said he's not going his main. We should seed him far lower, and they do all of this stuff beforehand. Whereas I don't know if FGC tournaments, like, I feel like sometimes they just do a blind bracket. You don't know who you're gonna play until you just fucking show up. But Smash is like, okay, 3 weeks in advance, we let you know exactly what the seeding is, who you're gonna play, and oh, Mango's not going his main. Okay, we seed him lower, and we make it like just perfect, just like that.
All right, so quick question: when in every MDVA local, when Chew and Chillin would when Chillin would throw to, and Chew would let Chillin win, and Chew would go to losers to beat Taupe every time. Literally, Taupe never can beat Taupe. That would happen every local. Literally every single one.
Like Spider's Georg is an outlier that should not be counted.
I'm just saying when they did that on purpose, and they just went.
No,
their God-given right.
No,
that's their God-given right. Like, come on, guys.
Yes.
Like, it's so obvious.
Actually,
it's
it
not
is
complicated.
It's
not complicated.
It's
so what do you do? Okay, you're TOing that. What do you do?
Discriminate against Spark.
Blur, what do you do? You're TOing is it?
What
do you say?
Simple. I honestly don't
ban Chew?
No, I don't do that much different. I say, hey guys, I'm trying to run a hype tournament. If you guys try not to do that, I talk to them mostly.
He's so charming, actually.
Because the truth of the matter is, like we're saying, the reason I said I defend him is because the stakes are low. Really, who gives a shit?
I will say that,
and it's more. I'm more worried about him as a friend than I would be worried about.
We're spending
the competition.
a lot of time on this one. Final thoughts.
You're kind of going the other way around, because if you don't try in winners, then you chase someone in losers you wouldn't necessarily normally chase. But if you try your heart out in winners, and then in losers you're like, fuck, then there's no reason for anyone to get mad at that. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of just sad about
It just makes the tournament less exciting.
Right.
It's not good for the game. That's all. That's
That's
why those rules exist.
Summer ranked has been announced. Who would you vote as your number one of the first half of the year, and how many death threats will Gimme Dat Wheat get if Mango gets ranked?
Bro, if the world turns as it should, Wheat should always be getting death threats, no matter what. So.
Wait a second. Why am I giving you points? Because it's funny. That's mean. I love Wheat.
Almost got him.
Look, as much as I hate to say it, as much as I'm pissed that I have to fight him every single coin box and on the world's laggiest connection, it's got to be Cody Schwab. I feel like Vyvance or no Vyvance, that guy claps my ass online and offline, and he has clearly shown that with the results he has, he's kind of the GOAT, and at least right now.
Wait, is this for number 11? That wouldn't make sense.
Number one.
Oh, number 1. It says 11 on the thing.
The Chirons are unrelated to the topic question.
Oh, okay, got it.
Bonfire, what do you think?
I want to say Jmook, but I don't pay attention to results. How has Cody won?
Hell yeah.
Has Cody been doing good?
Yeah,
I know he's winning the coin boxes. How much are we counting that though? I mean, he's playing great. I saw him fuck up Zane, dude. That was crazy what he did to Zane at Battle of BC.
Would you say the panelists should count online events like Coinbox?
To a degree. I don't think that maybe like lesser extent, but like I mean, it means something that he's winning them consistently. I think.
Yeah.
So look, I would be biased because I'm doing quite well, you know, second and third in the past 2 coin boxes. But fuck no, online is trash.
That is an elevated
agree
take.
that the best online player
I've
is the
been
best
left in-
offline.
Why is he so
all,
consistent then?
Just coincidentally, the best
Because
player
Fox
is the best
is
player.
broken online.
Why isn't
he's
another
also
Fox winning?
He's also the best player right now, like in general.
Well, that's the answer though. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's consistent still, even online.
No, but Fox is a proactive character, and Fox gets better online, and Sheik gets worse offline.
This has nothing to
Fox
do
gets
with
worse
the
offline.
players.
We already did this topic. What do you think?
Well, that's
I mean-
for the topic. Like,
I think there's still a lot of tournaments left. You know, we actually haven't had that many tournaments for this season yet, even though I know we're like in June now. We have like almost half of them left, even though you know there's like 3-4 left. And I think you know the more results that come in, the best player, you know, the cream rises to the top. I think Zane's gonna end up getting summer rank 1.
Hell yeah.
He's just the
I love
best.
that.
He's
You
the
think
best.
Zane's the cream?
Has he won?
He's
What-
the
what
He'd have
is
to
he-
win
has he won
everything,
something?
right? He'd have to win all
No,
the remaining
Bonfire,
events.
he has it. All right.
He hasn't won anything.
But
right?
who would we be to doubt him just after a couple of losses? Who would be?
How many tournaments is he entering before the end of the summer?
He's gonna enter like 3 more, I think.
So he can win 3 at most.
Yeah, I think like
J-Mook's got
Tipsoff,
2.
Gommel.
I zoned out. What are we talking about?
Cody said he's taking a break, by the way. So that might be time for Zane to step
If
up.
Jmook wins a bunch, I mean, Jmook's pretty good against Zane recently, so...
I think
I think
Cody's
Jmook is so
Cody's
close.
him right now. That's just it. Cody's the winner. Cody gets number 1 for
J-Mook
summer.
drops 1 event, and now he's not him anymore?
Absolutely, yes. Meditate
Well,
more.
it's only 2. He only has 2 wins so far.
Also, Cody, I think the run in which Cody went through, I think, was really impressive. And also winning Coinbox, I think that does matter, even if it's Fox. It's the numbers are there, Mason.
The numbers are there even without Coinbox, which is why I think Cody is still number 1. Like,
Not without Coinbox.
should
No.
look at everything.
There's been
just
like
head to head. Like,
Hasn't there
Cody's
just been
doing with
hasn't it
Jake
just been
and-
Genesis, Collision, and Battle
Battle
BC?
Yeah,
There's two.
got two. Cody's
It's
got
J-Mook,
one.
J-Mook,
It's
Cody.
not that. It's not that deep.
People like have bias towards the loser set more so than the winner set. But if you look at the numbers, I'm pretty sure Cody and Jake are 2-2, and and Cody is up on Zane, I believe, and Cody just whoops Hbox and whoops Amsa and whoops everyone. So I think he's just the GOAT.
Sounds like a lot of people. J-Mook also whoops. But let's move on to our next topic. If we wave a Melee magic wand and imagine a new invitational gets announced for the second half of the year, who's your pick for a wild card invite outside of the top 12? Who do you want to be brought in for an invitational?
Spark.
Spark?
Bro, before I streamed with Zane, I was in last place of the fresh cut thing. To NS Frog and Asashi and Zanya. And look, I just want to go to events, man. I'm trying my best to improve out here. I like to think I'm pretty good at the game, but I just have no opportunities. And I feel like a lot of people who are similar skilled to me get a lot of opportunities. I'm just saying. It's kind of fucked up.
Okay. Well, we can go right into kind of that topic. My automatic blue check blocker prevents me from learning too much about Fresh Cut. But I'm told that Hungrybox is using his corporate alchemy to get a Fresh Cut freshman 2000 in funding, as Spark was alluding to. You're up against Zanya, NS Frog, as you mentioned, Asashi, Luigi, Justin Byleth, Frisky Sisson, and
those are
Trade War.
ultimate. So the prize
So
is
you're
split.
only up against the 3 Melee people, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, so Foursiders, let's do a little consultation. What should Spark's strategy be to recruit people to the hashtag Fresh Cut Freshman June and win the
Yeah, I
money?
got you, Spark. So as someone who watched Asashi kind of grow up as a Melee player in SoCal, his tag used to be Young. I think you should just kind of like bow out and let him have this one.
What
Great advice. Have you considered this?
I'll be honest. Like,
It's my goat.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I've been to a lot of events, and I know Asashi has not been able to travel that much. Does he deserve it? He probably, like, if he didn't.
Don't we all deserve something? Spark.
Deserve got nothing to
No.
do with it.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I kind of like.
How
So
many
it was
stacks has
initially-
Park kept it?
Look, I
Keep it at 100. A lot of stacks.
Keep it at
Stacking it up.
100. Look, you know me. So it was initially going to be winner takes all, $1,000, but I spoke up and was like, fuck that. And so we settled on, for the Fresh Cut thing, it's being split. It's like 650, 250, 100, and 0. And so, you know what? It's not the end of the world if Asashi gets second. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting gapped right now. Like, I think Asashi is way ahead of me. So, may the best campaigner win. That's all I'm trying to say.
Bonfire, what would you advise for Spark's campaign?
I've not done that shit, dude. I don't know. It's like the fucking meme answer is eat an onion or something. I don't know how to do this stuff. You stream, right?
Have you ever campaigned for somebody else or been like given a lot of money to a summit campaign or something like that?
Well, New England, what we do is we have a history of that. I mean, we just get a lot of different people who have money because we're from New England.
They got that colonial money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it all
that
come. It
old
came
new
back
money.
to us. The money stretched out to the rest of the country. It comes back, but I think that you need to have a lot of friends and people who are willing to do that for you. And as you said, Spark, everyone hates you. That's kind of an issue. Like, you have to resolve that, I think.
Get the favor of the New England Melee scene. How could Bonfire? How could you broker a deal between Spark and New England Melee?
There is like 12 people left in New England who voted on any of the summit campaigns. It's entirely new generation. Boston is a college town, so we have just all people under the age of 20. Like,
the old money is dried up.
No one knows no one has anything left.
Need some of those fucking Harvard kids.
Yeah.
All right. Blur, what do you think?
If I've learned anything from the great political television shows in my time, even though Spark is the face, there's always a good campaign manager. And I think what Spark needs is the brains behind the operation. And I volunteer myself. So I think what
Man,
Spark's...
I'll be happy, bro. I'm down horrendous
What
right
Spark's naturally missing is doesn't have enough of the dark side. In a political campaign, you got to be willing to do what it takes. And I don't see anyone going after Asashi's kneecaps yet. Right? Why haven't you thought about that, Sparks? Do you want it enough?
Bro, what do you want me to do to Asashi's kneecaps? I don't understand. Like,
I don't want you to do anything.
Bro,
We don't even know.
I want you to look that
We don't
way.
even know. Who knows?
I'm
Who
just
knows?
out here raising. I'm not trying to take anyone down, bro. I'm trying to just.
Oh,
bring
you won't
myself
do
up.
anything.
Oh, then you're not a politician. Then you're not a campaigner.
Why are you an
need a
asshole
Mikey.
in Melee?
Yeah.
Why am I an asshole in mail? I'm not,
Not
an
in real
asshole
life.
in mail.
Sorry, excuse me.
I've never taunted in my life except against Hungrybox with Fox yesterday.
That's a good first taunt. That's
Yeah, it's my
nice.
first
Yeah.
taunt ever. Isn't that crazy?
That's high quality.
Can you
Yeah,
break us?
okay.
Can you break it down for us? What was going through your head before that
Oh.
taunt? Because I know there is.
Did you watch that stock? Look, okay. Okay, so what do you mean exactly? I understand people have some problems with the decisions I made with my move choice in that
Yes.
game.
Yes.
Okay. So is it the dash attack? Look, if you the whole last stock I'm just wave landing back, right? Full hop, wave land back, full hop, wave land back. If I'm facing the wrong way, I can't really directly attack behind me without doing like a dash attack. I can nair, but I don't know. I can nair, but I can't everything else is slow.
It looked like you were possessed by chic impulses.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But I think it worked out. And,
Fox is
Rapid
broken.
Jack's there to finish the stock. It gets the job done. Think about Fox online especially is you don't need to be even remotely good at the game.
Yeah,
to
dude, I can sell this. I can sell this. This is easy. Right?
Blur's licking his lips. He's like, oh yeah.
I've never practiced Fox in a
Are you
serious
serious,
setting in my
Blur? Is
life.
this a real offer?
Not really, but it's good for the show.
Like Blur has shit to do.
Yeah, I got life, bro.
Well, I was gonna say,
I
like,
got
if I could get
Spire
him to
runs,
commit.
bro. I don't know.
That's right. That's right. They're not gonna win themselves.
How many hours of work do you think you'd need to do in like per day to get Spark to win this?
I mean, how long does it take to take out a sausage kneecaps? Probably like an hour, right?
Dude,
That's the thing about
Let's move on to our next
that's the thing about
topic.
stochastic terrorism. You never know when it's gonna hit. You can just throw it out there.
You could just get somebody to do it for you that doesn't need to be hired. We're in the modern era, okay?
Yep. No connection.
That's what you're doing to the box players already. All right, next topic. Tipped Off 14 Resurgence is this weekend and advertises that it will feature J-Mook, Mango, Cody Schwab, Zane, Amsa, Moki, Kadoran, Joshman, Axe, Polish, Aklo, Salt. I could keep going. This is a very, very stacked event, and there's a lurking record to be broken here, highlighted to me by Melissa Blight of Melee Stats. If Mango doesn't enter, this will be the first major since MLG New York 2005 to not have any gods in top 8. Foursiders, who do you think will win Tipped Off 14, and will this be the final, for real, end of the era of 5 gods?
Yeah, that shit is long gone, bro. The narrative is like it's falling apart before our very eyes. Wait, is H Goat not there?
Nope.
He's not.
So I think Jake's odds are pretty good as long as because right now Amsa is really got his number. Cody's half and half with Jake. Yeah, I think. But either way, the era is super over. We have Cody, we have Jake, we have Amsa. None of these hoes are 5 gods anymore.
When I said this though, the whole room went silent. I think because if you think about it, there's literally nobody, almost nobody, not nobody, but almost nobody who plays and is active in Melee today that remembers an era before the 5 gods as active participants.
Here's the thing.
At least a tertiary part of the event.
With the idea of, for one, we had a good run. It's okay. It's okay that there's no gods in the top 8 anymore. But also, the era in which the documentary capitalized on was people like my age who played the game as a kid and then got into the competitive scene and it blew up. But that is no longer a thing because now the new generation were born after the game came out or when they were 2 and didn't know colors. So we have to forge our own sort of path now without that huge documentary thing, which was also just a big giant jackpot, right? For the scene to grow and be beautiful and giant, along with esports stuff. So it's okay. I think it's we are too afraid to say goodbye to parts of the scene and eras, and too afraid to embrace the new shit. And I say that as the biggest Mango fanboy.
The era's over, and that's okay. And I think for the most part, most people don't really mind. The best example, of course, is our good friend Atrioc, because he used to be the biggest Mewtwo fan in the world, literally in the entire universe. And he said, that was my favorite player. That's my guy. I cheer for him everywhere. Within seconds, he became a J-Mook fan. And now he acts like he's always been a J-Mook fan all along. The switch up was so fast. And the truth of the matter is...
So you're saying that players that are new to the scene will be able to adapt to new people.
People just find their new favorites. It's not like
generic person who is new to the scene will jump from person to person.
Yeah, I think it's fine. The game is the star. The game will always be the star.
On Fire, what do you think?
Yeah, like I mean, most people that are coming in, that the Slippy kids just weren't aware of the 5 God era that much, and I think it's just not even new for them. They're just like, oh yeah, Mango's fucking around again. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Mango's been fucking around so long, it feels like, that now the Slippy kids are like, oh yeah, he's the fuck around guy. Oh, he was really good back when, like,
people don't even remember the try-hard era.
I mean, he did win Summit, but I was like, I don't know. I don't blame Slippy kids for not respecting their elders, quote unquote, but also it's like, it's okay. It's okay to say goodbye.
Yeah, the
It's
narrative,
not like we're saying goodbye to Mango. It's just like, things are different.
the narrative has been
See you later.
fantastic, I think, and like, and I honestly think when Mango comes back, he'll just be there in full force. He's definitely still one of the best players in the world. All we got basically of those 5 people are Mango and H-Goat, and it's okay that the other 3 are they just stopped playing. It's not like they fell off or anything.
PPMD is coming back. He's
I
signed.
feel like Dr. P, there's no shot Dr. P comes back.
God,
bro.
it's crazy. Something changed in the last year, and finally the PPMD truthers shut up. It went from like 20% of the scene were PPMD truthers to now it's down to like 2.
I will burn my controller the day Dr. P comes back, just because I'm that confident he's not coming back.
I've never heard him called Dr. P before.
Yeah,
like
yeah, this is insane.
This is great.
To say that.
He's like Dr.
Say
Pepper.
Dr. P like we all say that, but we don't.
Never coming back to this home. All right. Let's move on to our next topic. Tipped Off was, for me, like a big cautionary tale in Melee tournament organizing. In 2017, the TO had to sell his house to pay off the event after attendance dropped off a cliff from the previous iteration. This year, Tipped Off broke their own record for Melee entrance. They reached 343 with total attendees marked at 393, or with 343 for Melee. For a long time, we've assumed that having Melee and Ultimate at events together improves event quality and finances, but Tipped Off kind of challenges this. Are smaller, focused events better for the future of the Smash community?
Is Tipped Off only Melee?
Pretty much. It's also got PM, but they're keeping it pretty streamlined.
Look, financially, do whatever's best, IMO, but I will say that the vibes are, they're hindered a little bit if we got to share a room with these kids who all have jerseys with their crew on it, not even like a sponsor, and they say dead ass too much. And like,
that used to be us, Mark. That used to be us, and now you're gonna call.
You also said keep it a stack 600 times when this broadcast started.
Look, when I do it, it's fine, but sometimes
I kind of like it every time.
I actually like it every time.
Well, he's good. It's like Pop from Community.
Oh, dude, Community goes hard.
Well, the dirty secret, here's the thing. You have to treat, if you want the Ultimate kids' money, you have to treat them with a little more respect than someone like, let's say, Robin Harn would treat him. Like, that's why Big House, like, was often protested in its final in-person days, or its earlier in-person days, because it felt like such an afterthought, like, yes, we gotta, like, have Ultimate, we gotta have Smash 4. If, like, the thing is, I think more people come and they register for Ultimate. It's just a bigger game, and if you want that bread, you gotta be good to them. And I think Connor did that at Major Upset, because I think it was way more, even though I think the Melee was, like, a better experience. So that's what it's a deal with the devil, right? Is putting us all in the same, like, group, even though it's completely different games, and just kind of like coexisting for the bread.
And I know
it's okay to do that.
We have gotten some feedback at previous episodes for being mean to Ultimate players, and I just want to let you all know that that's totally fine. You could say whatever you want. I don't know what that game is, so they can eat shit. On Fire, what do you think?
Christ.
Well, so I'm just listening to this. I didn't know about the Tipped Off lore, but I'm gonna ignore the prompt is what I'm gonna do. And is someone had to sell their house to cover a tournament?
Yes, they wanted the previous
That's
event.
insane.
In 2015 they got
really
670 entrants, super driven by Smash for Wii U, and then they skipped a year, and then they came back in 2017, which is still a great year for Melee events, and their attendance dropped like 20% of Melee entrants dropped, 50% Project M dropped, and like 77% Wii U dropped. Because I think there was some big invitational that weekend.
Is it the same TO this time? That's now he came back. He became homeless.
That's why they're resurgencing.
Okay, that's insane. I don't know why it's doing well then if no ultimate players? Why
have
the
no
fuck are
idea
melee players
what
going?
What are we talking about?
This is just random.
Off.
Tipped off.
What does a guy... What?
Okay,
Yeah.
he's not listening.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'm
All right,
trying to listen.
let's move on to our penultimate topic. In Chicago, for a tournament to count towards their power rankings, the tournament had to have a certain threshold of PR players in attendance. Allegedly, a player offered to bribe a power-ranked player to not attend a local, which would allow them to block that player's competitors from hitting the eligibility requirement to be PR'd themselves. Fourside.
We have names.
I was
so
told
funny.
to retract them by the parties that be.
I think that's
Well,
really
cowardly journalist.
Cowardly.
Yeah. Hey, if you know the names or you look in the chat, I'll allow it for this moment. Foursiders, is it based to rig a local PR, or is this just another example of a morally bankrupt cheek main?
No, that's pussy shit. What,
I
you don't
think
want to play? You don't want to play PR players? What do you mean? Why are you playing the game? What?
Yeah. I think that's extremely lame in terms of like what do you want? Do you just want to say that I'm ranked in my region, like barely? Is that something that's?
Yeah, why?
I think it's really stupid and uncool. But in terms of like finding a loophole is always pog. And
Well, the rule is stupid. The rule is the true stupid thing. Why would
exactly.
tournaments not
Loopholes
count if
are
a good
awesome.
player doesn't show up? What? Just count the results. I mean, if you
Yeah,
beat
it's a
someone who's not a
self-governing
PR
system.
player,
Yeah.
if you beat someone they're not a PR player, you don't get as much, credit towards elo for.
No. You guys aren't seeing it. Game's hard enough as it is. Game's hard enough as it is. Get your rank.
Oh my God.
Why make it?
Crimson Blur's pro match fixing for your homies. There's pro bribing.
There are
anti-box.
in-game adjustments and there's out-of-game adjustments. It's just a part of the game.
Blur,
It's just a part of the game.
Blur. Who's ninth?
Imagine
Who's
you
ninth on the
offered
Chicago
10%
PR?
of this to the box players. If you offered 10% of this tranquility.
That's not part of the game.
Okay, here I agree with Blur, but for a different reason, and here's why. So because the stakes are low enough to where it's really funny to get on a state PR for something like this, and doing something like this is like some weird backroom deal for something that ultimately doesn't matter. It shows one, passion for the game of corruption, and the game of Melee. Number 2 or 3 is that some of the best, I think, the most cherished pieces of this game in the community are the localized lore and like narratives that happen. I remember thinking back to I think it was CPAC's UCLA Grime PR post. And it was just basically 10 short stories about 10 motherfuckers that were just grimy and do shit like, Zio would play Marth and call himself Kirito the Black Swordsman and just like farm O2ers. And like this idea of being a little bit corrupt for the meme is or serious is such low stakes that it's worth it for the stories that we get out of it later.
I agree.
Look, man,
100%,
sometimes places run more efficiently with bribery. So, for example, when I try to do my taxes in America and the IRS makes a mistake.
On Fire, what do you think?
What? I started this off. So that's pussy shit, and you should be playing people to get better at the
but you got
game.
interrupted, so I wanted to
Bribery's good.
Dude, like, this is like the Pichu thing. Everyone and their grandma,
The
even
Pichu
if they
thing.
don't watch Melee, they talk about the Pichu thing where someone
Yeah.
modded the
Cheating?
game. And
Yeah.
I think
Well, that was
grime-
great.
Grime
Cheating's
is
way
swag.
funnier.
Cheating, griming, I think it's all pretty swag. As someone who's grimed a charity tournament or 2 or 3 in my day, I think it's cool. You create narratives that people talk about for years and years to come, and they don't let you live
So
it down.
why aren't the
that
other
is
PR
swag.
players simply outbidding? Like, if you really
shit.
want it, just outbid.
We're in
It's
a
real
recession.
simple.
We're
and
such
they
a
show
market
up.
economy guy.
And if you don't have the money for it, then get your money up, kid.
Get your
That's
money
on
up,
you.
your money up.
Get your money up.
Grind in real life, getting that green. How are you going to grind in Melee?
Yeah,
Amen to that.
it's a
bro.
cold world, brother.
All right. Let's go on to our final topic before the tiebreaker. Ganons. Why are they like that?
How many times have you said that on this show? It has to be like the seventh.
Yeah, it says right there. This is our counter.
Number 3.
I have 2 theories. One is it's like something about Ganon the character, like attracts people who love his extreme masculinity. And the other thing is, I think because of that, people have this camaraderie where they will ride or die, even if it is for horrible, horrible reasons. And I don't know what it is. Like, I don't have camaraderie with my fellow Sheiks, really. I mean, it's fine. We all play Sheik. It's all good. But something about the Ganon players, maybe because there's like 3 of them.
Yeah, there's not enough. I think that's exactly it. I think that's a good point, and I think there's a scarcity problem. So it's like you meet someone who is committed to the purple man, and you're like, wow, like finally someone who gets me. Because I feel like it takes a certain
Person.
It takes a certain sum of parts to become a Ganon player, and that is just a specific criteria that is an instant bond, kind of like Melee in general, but it's more focused and weird.
Yeah, I don't understand why anyone would pick Ganon. They're definitely attracts a very specific type of human being.
Well,
so.
to quote Lady Gaga, I mean, it's Pride Month. They were born this way. Like, they didn't truly choose so much. It's not like a lifestyle so much. They just had born that way.
Yeah.
Like when we saw on Twitter that Mech said I'm switching to Ganon, we're just all like, good for him that he came out, because like that was we all knew, and it's like. That's a Ganon player.
It was there all along.
Yeah. And
you always know when you're a Ganon player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I don't think, by the way, that I think Mech is gonna stay Ganon. I think he said it was like gonna be for a year. No, this guy's a Ganon.
You dip your toes in, but like when the reception's warm, it's like yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're a Ganon. And that's beautiful.
It could be if you're Kage. I have this theory that there's like a balance in the Melee world, and if there's like a deficit of Ganons who are like that, one will emerge. Like there has to be a Ganon who's like that, and whenever one falls, another takes their place.
And they do fall for some reason.
They keep falling. It's crazy. You swat them away. Maybe we should ban Ganon. Spark, would you enter a tournament where Ganon was banned?
Of course I'd enter, because that's basically the same thing as a regular tournament.
Nothing changes.
I don't understand it. Like the number of times I've fought a Ganon, I can count on like one hand in my entire life. So sure, I'll enter that. Actually, I'd enter in any tournament regardless of the rules. I just wouldn't be happy.
You said
about
earlier this episode that you
regardless.
wouldn't. No, like I just wouldn't be happy about it, depending on which rules it was.
I see.
He'd grumble, but ultimately he has no value. So there's no values internally.
No integrity.
Say it like that. But yeah, I'm down for this for this game.
I see.
I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's a true Melee mentality. It's the people going to like the 10-man locals, knowing you're way far and above, but $20, $20.
No. Amen to that, brother. I fight CPU Zero like every week for like $8 between first and second.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
Every time. It's kind of fucked up.
It's so fucked.
It's really stressful.
All right, let's go to our tiebreaker. Are we all ready? All right. During our last show, the Crimson Blur decided to play Slay the Spire instead of showing up, forcing us to find a backup Blur at the last minute. My tiebreaker question: what is a just response to the crimes of Blur?
I feel like Blur has finally found his calling, dude. He's good at something. And I think he's really gotta run with this, and he's gotta like go as far as he can. So you know what? It sucks that he didn't show up. And like, I was late because I had to play with Zane, very important stuff.
You had to, yeah.
But like, he's good at something, and he really needs to take this as far as he can, because this is his calling. Melee, maybe not so much.
So your answer is, if you love something, let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just don't have the power to harm Blur. You can't punish him, really, because he's just going to fuck off and play Slay the Spire. That's what he was doing anyway, even at the beginning of this. So, yeah, you can't impose any rules on him. He's an ethereal being.
Oh, bonfire. You can harm Blur.
How?
Oh, no, you can't.
I want to know.
Shame.
You think that works?
And that is what
that does not hurt him.
Yes, it is. I know how to harm Blur because I have enough clout finally in my life to be able to, at least, if not do it myself, pull the right strings that can make him stay up at night. Do you understand that, Blur? And that is the only way to get at him. And that's why he shows up fucking late for this fucking show, because he said he would be here and then he wasn't. You know how much of a goddamned commander I was on the summit couch? You remember that shit? It's not a joke. We got a show to run. It's disgusting. You play Slay the Spire all the time. Just show up on time.
I just want to say.
That
Slime,
said, you are good at Slay the Spire, and we are proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was late, Slime, but I hope you don't hold that against me, man. I like to think we go way back.
All right. We do. Blur, what do you want to say?
What do I want to say? Try me. That's what I want to say.
No, you don't want to say that. You don't want to say that.
You have no idea.
I have nothing to lose.
You think accountability is something I'm used to? I don't have it. I can live my life like a free bird. I'm the Crimson Blur. You're, I guess, a monster of my own creation. Try
That
me,
actually,
Slime. Anthony.
God, it actually is scary to hear him.
I'm
say
untouchable,
it like
bro. Love you, buddy.
that. Oh,
Great.
good Lord.
All right. With love, we're gonna declare it. It's Slime is the winner of Fourside Fights, the king of the pundits today.
Hey.
Slime, let's go to let's have Spark, Crimson, Blur, Bonfire. We're gonna fire up Slippy, get some free for all goings, and see how their punditry translates to the sticks. Stay with us as we do our transition over.
Oh, and we're back. It's Fourside Fights with Slime, the god of the city, overlooking I would say the losers. I would say, yes, the losers. I think it's a good thing to call these three players. Well, it's only 2 stocks, right? Jack?
No, it's supposed to be 4 stocks. So I don't know why they're not playing. Do we need to start it over? Do you guys know?
Oh,
you
no,
can
I'm
start
playing. I'm just,
okay.
this is how you win.
Why
only
did
need
Blur
3
die?
stocks.
All right.
Here, I'll unmute him and see if he has something to say.
Blur, why'd you kill yourself there?
It was SD.
Oh, it was an SD. Okay, I thought you were like doing a hand warmer.
No,
So this is gameplay. This is actually
I-
disgusting what I'm watching here. If I have to be here for the next 6 minutes, 35 seconds, I'm gonna be unfortunately disappointed in 3 people that I truly, truly like. I will say that. Spark, I'll say something about Spark. Smash the record, I was like, I don't think I like this guy. I think he's grimy. And then over the years, Spark's Twitter was so funny that I was like, I like this guy. And also talking to him a couple times in real life, which will help always. Blur, another person who I was like, every time I see him online, kind of the opposite. Every time I see him, I want to fight him. I want to drive to his house, show up in his yard, his front yard, and say, I'm tired of this, Blur. You got to stop. And then I see him in a tournament. It's like seeing fucking. It's like Mario seeing Luigi again after all these years, and I can't understate how happy I am to see Blur at tournaments. It's really nice. So Spark definitely laying this one out. We do respect what he considered. So earlier, he said, "What do we get if we win?" He asked Jack, and Jack said, "Nothing. You get nothing." And then so he slyly says, "So it's kind of like a charity stream type thing," which was extremely funny. And so that means that we're probably going to be here for as long as time allows. Blur getting kind of sent to the sky by Bonfire here. Bonfire looking underneath the UFO. This is degenerate. Has it ever been like this, Jack?
There have been a lot of times where people have theorized that this would happen. There's times when like they'll take like 30 seconds to kind of chill out, and then usually everybody kind of collectively decides that that's bad. This is one of the more campy, but I think it's probably getting the record. I don't
Tori and
have
Blur
anything...
teaming up a little bit. So a fun thing about, I think, Melee in general is like no matter what game mode, you start throwing items, you start going on Fourside. Before that, you're like, well, what do we get if we win? Who cares? But as soon as like you put your hand on the controller and you start playing, you're like, oh no, I do want to win. And that's just like the hallmark of a really good game. Is no matter what we end up doing in the game, we still want to win the game. And that's what kind of drove us all together, I think. Here's a big grab. Could have tippered through the platform, I think. I don't know. You've seen more than I have. What's some tricks here?
It's why I can't play Ultimate with like little cousins or anything. The drive to win with a GameCube controller is a little bit unsettling.
You have to show them. You have to show them that you're Uncle Jack.
Yeah, they don't want to play anymore after
Good, because then you could do adult things.
That's fun.
You smoke weed. They can watch cartoons.
You think I didn't smoke weed before? A family
smoke
event.
more weed. Victory weed after beating the kids. Oh,
so I gotta go out. This has been fun.
Jack, are there any like tricks that you've seen on Fourside since doing the show?
Yeah, I think generally you don't want to go up on the UFO. You want to go up on the UFO if like the other two have shown that they have personal beef. It's a very social game in a way that 1v1s are not. Like a free-for-all is necessarily little moments where you decide who you like and who you don't like.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
I tried to be the most likable person, and that's how I won mine.
Interesting. It's very schoolyard-esque, right? Like we make these weird small judgments that stick with us for the rest of our lives. You know, you wear the wrong shoes to Fourside one day, and all of a sudden you don't have any friends anymore.
Yeah, and right now Spark is kind of dividing the working class by forcing Blur and Bonfire to fight each other when Spark has the stock lead.
Yeah, you have to lord over them. I feel like God watching my creations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're inventing government and Roman columns and all this shit, and I'm like, huh. Did that a little faster than I thought, but we're on course.
The Revolutions podcast?
No, I haven't. I've only listened to the what is it called? The Fall of Civilizations one.
Oh, that one's sick. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I wanted Brackus to win. It was really disappointing when the brothers got killed.
Oh, okay.
There's 2
Tori
minutes
with
left.
some
this
moves.
Is going to timeout.
Yeah, this is going to time, which I think is exciting.
But we can invent the rules like right now. We can decide that Spark loses timeouts.
No. I think it's strangely just. You know what I mean? Spark timing out the Fourside Fights is so on brand, in a hilarious way. I think that's really powerful of him to do. But Tori got do-si-doed by Blur here, and Blur's holding on with his stock.
Does Blur have a plan? It's like it's a minute 46. They have to set aside their differences. Like the clock is ticking.
I think you make a truce here. Well, I guess Spark wouldn't be open to truces, but you would truce with Spark to kill Tori. She's out of the picture, and then you just play it out. But it's looking like clean right now. So now it's their job to team up against Spark.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think this should have happened 2 minutes ago.
Ooh, what do they got? What do they got? Come on.
It's happening. Oh, team
Letting
combo.
it rip. What do you got, Blur? Come on.
They've realized what's happening.
Yeah, they've non-verbally made the pact, which is really important. So the only way they're gonna get out of here alive is by Spark getting the stock. Here we go. Do it again to him. Teams? Oh, let's go, Blur! All right, now we got a fucking ball game. So it's looking the worst for Tori right now. She has so much percent. Okay. Oh my God. This is unionizing. They're literally taking Jeff Bezos and cutting his head off and putting it in the factory. And they're putting it on a conveyor belt, and everyone's throwing like boxes at him.
Viewers at home, remember, anytime you can do this. Oh no!
Oh
wait,
my God!
Boris changed allegiances at the last second.
Oh, he deserves that. He deserves that for not hitting Tori there. I hope he loses for this one.
But it might go to line. He's a scab.
Oh my God! Of course he's a scab. Actually, the shit he was saying on the show, of course he's gonna scab that. 12 seconds. We're at 10 seconds. This is actually crazy.
9, 8. 10,
oh
6,
my God!
5.
It looks
4,
like Blur's
3,
gonna win this one
2,
if he stays alive. He
1.
just can't die. Oh my God!
The Crimson Blur.
Wow! Oh. Unreal.
Welcome back, and I believe for the second time, the Crimson Blur has won the fight on Fourside.
Oh, was there no sudden death? Ah, okay. I understand now.
When would it go to sudden death?
I guess I'm used to playing around the world with people and doing what I'm doing now.
Wait, you have to unmute Blur.
Blur's still muted. Blur, you can speak.
I SD'd 1 second in because I didn't know we were playing. How did that happen?
You did not SD. I kicked you. I hit you.
But I didn't know we were playing. Everyone wasn't moving.
I thought it was sudden death.
Wow, you guys really thought that. That's so funny.
Blur, you were not teaming up on Spark. I'm like, neither of us beat Spark alone. Why are you hitting me? What the hell was that?
I wanted to wait and juice it until
all right, folks, remember that you have rights. Your employers shouldn't be able to treat you like shit. In the long run, you got to talk to people to make it happen. This has been Fourside Fights. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.